It's heartbreaking when you see how broken women are, men, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, boys and girls, children, even the family at large. All because marriage didn't work. Let your concentration be on the success, the stability of your marriage, because it's disheartening seeing how children are broken, are in bad situation, all because mommy and daddy's marriage didn't work out. We see children that are rejected, we see boys that grow up in anger, and when they tend to become young men, they pour out that anger to their girlfriends, to their wives, to their children. So the purpose of marriage is essentially kingdom purpose. Is to raise godly seeds. To raise godly seeds that will carry out the kingdom work into their generation. So then why do you have to pray for your marriage? In every marriage, there is nothing new. There's no challenge that is new. All the challenges, you face them. But praying for your marriage before you even marry gives you strength enough. It's like you're bulletproofing your marriage so it can succeed. It can succeed. So what prayer does is that it serves as a bulletproof for your marriage. The purpose of bulletproof is to protect a content, to protect an asset, a thing, or a person. So when you have bulletproofed your marriage, any attack that comes cannot go through. It has to hit the bulletproof vest. So when prayer is made at the early stages and before marriage, any form of challenge, and I repeat, any form of challenge that comes cannot succeed in making that home a failure or that marriage to fail. Why? Because we have bulletproofed it long before the problem has started. So many of us will wait for problems to start before we can bulletproof our home. It's no longer bulletproofing, it is now defense. And you don't know that usually the attackers, they have their own strategies that they will use to attack you. For you to defend during the attack, it's like 50-50. You can either succeed or fail. And again, for you to succeed without bulletproofing and fighting during the fight, the war that is currently happening, the challenges that you're currently facing in your marriage, it will take two of you. That is why we see a lot of people's marriages, they fall, because not two people can sit together and say we are fighting for our home. So what the enemy uses usually is the other person, the weakness of the other person in marriage. So if he has already gotten to the other person in the marriage, and you need that other person to help you fight, if you do not bulletproof your home, your marriage, it's going to be 50-50. You will now need a lot of people to come and intervene. So what I am saying now, it's very important, but the most important thing is to marry right and marry well. Don't just marry because somebody came to propose to you and introduced marriage to you. Don't marry because you like the guy or you like the lady or she looks beautiful or what. There is a lot of criteria that need to be looked into before you can say yes or before you can say you can marry me to a person. Because remember, the purpose of marriage is not only for physical things or financial stability, or it's for kingdom purpose. So once you get that kingdom purpose right and you understand it, you will wait for the correct one. There are people that will say, I had 15 guys come and propose to me, and when I asked the Lord said, no, he's not the one. Then the 16th one, that's when God says yes. So don't just jump into a yes don't just jump to say yes to a marriage proposal at first. Wait. If the Lord decides to keep quiet for a year before he can answer you whether to go forth, or do it, so that you don't end up having children enduring things that are not worth it into the marriage, or risking your life, your mental health, the children's mental health. Because what we see after divorce, there are two major parties that suffers the consequences of divorce. Number one usually is the wife, especially if the husband was the provider, the sole provider, and the wife didn't start a business or look for a job, or develop themselves, like go to school, do a branding or socialize networking, so that he can know how to provide for herself after divorce. The most people that are vulnerable to divorce are children. Children suffer rejection. You cannot tell me otherwise. I know I've experienced it, and I'm seeing other children experience it. You'll say it's not rejection. I know it's rejection, because there's a certain way that a child feels if one of their parents are giving them ultimatums that I will help you only if you choose me. I will help you. I will do this for you only if you let go of your other parent. And that is parent alienation. So, what I'm saying today is that spend your time in prayer, ask for direction on how to go about marriage, so that you are able to go live profit together with your partner and your spouse after marriage. And when the attack comes, you overcome them. And we have a happy wife, a happy husband, we have happy children that are looking forward to the future, that have all the support of both parents, without many peoples attached into their lives. Stay blessed.